Welcome to the 1998 Electric Company of Omaha Christmas Party.
Well, it looks like it's that time of year again. Welcome and Merry Christmas. Glad to have all of you here. Now sit back and enjoy the program.
For those of you who don't know me, my name's Don Smith. We want to thank all you customers for a successful 1998. And a few years back, we've done a film on some of the customers, and we thought we'd do that again this year.
Methodist Health West, Warner's Office Building, Blue Cross Blue Shield Nebraska, Commercial Federal Tower, Travel and Transport at Commercial Federal Tower, Methodist Hospital, Children's Hospital, the new Children's Hospital, University of Nebraska at Omaha, Cox Communications, AAA Nebraska, Commercial Federal Bank and IBM at the 450 Regency Parkway building, Catholic Mutual Group, Omaha Housing Authority, KETV, Boys Town National Research Hospital, St. Joseph Hospital, Creighton University, Humanities Hall renovation at Creighton University, Swanson Hall at Creighton University, McGloin Hall at Creighton University, Jocelyn Art Museum, Woodman Tower, Redfield Printing Company, Q-Tech Rock at the Omaha Building, Omaha Public Power District, Conagra Plaza, Durham Western Heritage Museum, Airlight Plastics, Bungie Grain.
We started to put a little film together of the customers and businesses, and found out as we started this, it seemed as though everybody wanted to talk a little bit about Lannie's retirement. So let's do a little congratulations to Lannie.
You don't expect me to sit here and perjure myself telling you a lot of untruth stories about Lannie Week and not get paid for it, do you? Where's the money? You know, making the assumption that I am going to get paid for this, I want to tell you about Chef Lannie. Now, my wife and I often hire Chef Lannie when we're entertaining at home. And I want you to know that he cooks up a dinner that you can't believe. You know, I've even heard that Chef Lannie has applied for a job as a cook at Ross's Steakhouse. What do you mean Ross's Steakhouse is closed? You know, if it wasn't closed, it certainly would be if they hired Chef Lannie. Lannie participates in our annual golf day, and he won a prize. And I don't remember what he won it for, but I do remember the prize. It was a pig, a real pig. And Lannie took that squealing little pig home, and that squeal plus the fragrant aroma just caught Sharon to the extent that she prevailed upon Lannie to buy an acreage and to build the farm for her. My stepmother used to say that retirement was twice as much husband and half as much income. Now, I don't think income is probably going to be of any concern, but can you imagine twice as much Lannie? And speaking about twice as much Lannie, did you see the picture on the Electric Company of Omaha annual Christmas party invitation this year? I couldn't believe it. Before I saw that, I didn't believe in liposuction, but I do now. Seriously, it is an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to work with Lannie and Electric Company of Omaha. Lannie is honest. Lannie is a man of the highest integrity. Lannie is a caring and giving person. Walt Whitman said, "You make a living from what you earn." but you make a life from what you give.
My name is Donnie Jenkins. I'm a good friend of Lannie's. I suppose I come from his wild side. We both deal with street rods, motorcycles. We get to Sturgis every year. I suppose the best part of that whole ride is the ride. Not the fact that we're in Sturgis, it's the fact that we go there together and we have a great time. Yeah, the first time we got up there, I told Lannie, I said, we're gonna ride hard, we're gonna sleep on the ground, and we're gonna have a rough trip. It could rain, it could hail. We could have bad weather. Probably won't, but we might have. So just prepare yourself. Lannie goes out and he buys the best tent that money can buy. We're all up there setting up camp at Custer. And we're out there with rocks, pounding the stakes in, setting up our tents. And Lannie just opens his up, throws it in the air, and it's already made up. Lannie crawls in. The next morning, early in the morning, we're still drinking beer. Lannie's in his bed asleep. We see the fire coming over the hill, and we know that the forest is on fire. So we figure we better wake up Lannie so we can saddle up and get going. Go over and we shake the tent. Lannie looks through it and he says, you know, you guys should wake me up when that other round thing comes up. And then he crawled right back in and went to sleep. We were looking at the moon. We thought it was a fire. So he keeps us straight. He keeps us on the straight and narrow. He's our mouthpiece. He gets us into a little trouble, gets us out of a lot of trouble. Lannie is probably, I suppose if you really know him, if you knew him for 20 minutes, you think you'd know him all your life. That's the type of guy he is. I love the guy. Lannie's probably, pound for pound, one of the best friends I've ever had, and I'm sure he always will be. And I'm sure we're going to go to Sturgis many, many more times. I'm really glad that he's able to retire young, healthy, and good looking, and I wish him the best.
My name is Phil McKeown, and I understand this video is for Lannie Week, my neighbor. Well, let me tell you something right off. You know, when I built my house out there, if I'd have known that Lannie lived across the street, frankly, I don't know if I would even built there. Excuse me, does that say friend and neighbor? Wait a minute, that might be going a little too far.
I feel like I'm a close friend of Lannie Weeks, and Lannie Week, thank you very much for everything. Congratulations on your retirement. Thanks for all the help you've given Creighton University in the 10 plus years or 15 plus years. And I want to thank you also for helping us with the wheelchair sports camp. Thanks to you, both financially and your expert playing on the basketball team. Lannie Week actually wanted to play a wheelchair basketball game. The kids were opposed to it, but we went ahead and let him play anyway. And after 5 minutes of picking Lannie off the floor and getting him back in his wheelchair, things went pretty well. He found out how tough it was, though, on the fast breaks, and it wasn't long, and Lannie would just set himself in center court and say, "Pass me the ball." So anyhow, with Lannie's expert help, we went on to lose that day about 70-10. But again, Lannie, thanks for everything. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, Lannie, from this point on, just give with the Bucks and forget the playing abilities on the court. God, if you guys could have seen that, it was funny. The man was awesome.
Dad was born in 1940 in Phillips, Texas, to Robert, Tex, and Irene Week. They moved back to Omaha in 1947 to a small two-bedroom house on J Street. He lived there with most of his 14 brothers and sisters. He went to South Lincoln Grade School and graduated from South High School in 1958. He then went into the apprenticeship program through Local 22 IBEW, and he was in the apprenticeship program from 1958 to 1962. During this time, he liked bowling and hot rods.
Also about this time, Dad started chasing Mom. He finally caught her, and they were married in April of 1960. Not long after that, Dad and Mom started their family. Butch came first, and 11 months later it was my turn to join the family. Sherry came 3 years later. Dad was always working on a project at home, whether it was working on an addition to the house, trimming the trees, or on the many cars he rebuilt. A Mustang, a T-Bird, the 40 Ford pickup, and for the most recent and probably the most prized, the yellow 32. Dad over the years has been husband, father, grandpa, super grandpa, and friend.
Dad, John Hoffman, and Denny Rosenbaum started Electric Company of Omaha in the tough economic times of August of 1982. Since that time, Denny has started his own company, and John has since retired. Those changes in leadership have left Lannie and Don Smith as the major partners in the company. Electric Company of Omaha now has over 10 active employee stockholders. I remember when Dad brought that first phone company truck home to fix it up and paint it in our driveway. He was really excited. Boy, he was proud of it, and you know why? Because it was his. The first office was at 2565 Dodge Street, and in no time he made it his very own. Before you knew it, Lannie and John had reached their 3rd anniversary. Not only that, they were already outgrowing that shop at Dodge Street. In 1985, the company moved to its present location at 815 South 21st Street. Here they have expanded to over 17,000 square feet of office and warehouse space. From that one truck in 1982 to 14 very active service trucks in 1998, Dad and the crew at Electric Company of Omaha have been able to blend a mix of small and large jobs with great success. Dad will always say that he owes the success of this company to fantastic customers and employees, the sign of a great leader and a great boss.
I bet none of you know this. How about this one? One day I'm going to work, and I don't have a truck. I come out of my house. I don't have a truck. My truck's missing. My neighbor across the street, Lannie, he took my truck one time. I bet nobody knows that one. How about that one?
The pond story. Lannie bought an acreage and decided that it would be nice to have a pond put in. So he went down and dug this pond at the bottom of the hill. During the summer rains, washed all of the mud and silt and filled the pond up with mud. So he dug it again, and now it went twice as deep and twice as big. He hired an expert on pond making to come in and assist him. During this time, this man decided to put Portland cement in the bottom of the pond, which is a powdered material. So I brought my Bobcat, which was a tractor, over to give Lannie a hand. During this time, this truck came in, this big semi, and decided to blow this Portland out of this truck instead of dumping it. In the process of this, it coated not only the bottom of the pond, but it coated the cornfield next to him, which was totally white. He got the Portland all mixed in with the dirt. This was supposed to seal the bottom of the pond. He started to put water in it, and then he stopped and he thought, no, it's not good enough. Let's put some rock down in the bottom of the pond. That took about 2 weeks. Then he decided, okay, that's good enough. Let's put the water in. So he started filling it up. And just the other day he called again and he says, Bob, I've got an air hose that causes bubbles to form through the water to make it look pretty. My air hose is floating to the top of the water. So we went down there again and put waders on, waded through the water, waded this hose down to hold down the bottom of the pond. Hopefully, the pond is done. The pond is filling. And Lannie, I hope you really enjoy this beautiful acreage you have. There's only one thing I would like from you. Could I please have my Bobcat back? Lannie, I hope you and Sharon both really enjoy this acreage. I know my wife and I bought one. We plan on putting a pond in, but I've got the Papio Natural Resource District going to put one in for me. Thank you, and enjoy yourself.
A number of us know Lannie from a different side than maybe some of the folks in the audience. We've been with him in a monthly Bible study where you take biblical principles and apply them to real-life practical situations. Lannie's very serious about living his faith. And he's what I'd call a fundamental Christian. He knows how to have fun. He also knows how to use his brain while he's doing that. A good example of this is Lannie bringing some friends up to South Dakota. Again, he's intentional about his faith, but he knows how to have fun. Rode the Harley up, and while he's there on the ranch, takes a saddle horse out. Lannie can't even ride a bale of hay, much less a horse. And so we had to leave him there in the dust, holding his horse in the middle of nowhere. And Donnie Jenkins, the rest of us went on and moved the cows a good 4 miles. Came on back, there's Lannie. So Lannie, in your retirement, here's a roll of quarters. We'd like you to take this down to Kmart, where they've got that little electric horse, and do some practicing. When you finally get it down, come back to the ranch. We'll see you then.
Well, I first run across Lannie back in the early 60s. We're in the electricians together, and we worked a lot of jobs together, served on different committees and boards together. Also played on the local 22 fast pitch softball team. And he had kind of a unique nickname. Played the outfield. I don't know how well, they called him Willie Catchit. In about 1981, I left the electrical industry and went to work for the Omaha Housing Authority. About the same time Lannie had started his company. He did service work for the Housing Authority. So we had a pretty good relationship as far as contractor and customer. Then in 1993, I left the Housing Authority, went to work for electric company in the service department, and he treats his employees almost the same way as he does his customers. In fact, the other day I ran into him in the hallway, and he said something like, "Are you still here?" One of the retired electricians, Bill Nary, come over to me, and he said, "You know one thing about old Lannie? He just never forgot where he came from." One thing I'd like to say in closing, Lannie and Sharon, I wish you the best in your retirement, and I hope your lake fills up one of these days, and you and I can go out in the old rowboat and do a little fishing, or hit some golf balls in it, one of the two. Good luck to you.
How about this one? You know, Lannie, my neighbor Lannie, my little boy, Michael, just loves him. Well, Lannie's got him brainwashed, and I think it's because of all the popsicles he keeps in that secret stash refrigerator in the garage. All the neighborhood kids know about that. You know, I did get some good news, though, recently. He's moving. Moving out some kind of acreage out there in Bennington. That'll keep him busy for a couple years. But then you know what? He'll be back, I'll bet. He'll be back to bother me again with something or other. You don't suppose he'd start a concrete firm or something right under my nose? And I'll say this, I might miss you a little bit. Have a good retirement. See you around.
Dad, Phil may not care for you, but I know a bunch of grandkids that do. And what?
Is that thing on? Hi, my name is Katie Week, and hi, my name is Ben Heinke, and hi, my name is Tim Week, and I'm 8 years old. I can't wait till Grandpa retires so we can finish the lake and I'm sorry. When Grandpa retires, we're gonna do something. Hi, my name is Sarah Heinke. I am 8 years old. When my grandpa retires, I would like him to get some animals for his acreage. Is it on? Hi, my name is Ben Heinke. I'm 9 years old. I think Mom said. Okay. Hi, my name is Katie Week, and I can't. Gosh. Well, it's gotta be something you have to do it, but you don't have to do it really fast. But you have to do it. But you just have to do it right away. Hi, my name is Ron Heinke. Hi, my name. Yeah, how come I see it's on because of the thing, the red button.
My name is Andrew Week, and I'm 11 years old. I can't wait till Grandpa retires so that I can drive go-karts with him.
I can't wait until my grandpa retires so I can go shopping with him and go out to dinner and lunch with him. I can't wait till Grandpa retires so we can finish the lake and go fishing together.
When my grandpa retires, I want him to buy me a BB gun and teach me how to shoot it. My name is Josh Frankie, and I'm 9. And when my grandpa retires, I want him to teach me how to shoot a shotgun. When grandpa retires, I'm gonna get a ring pop and a toy from Target, and I'm gonna go to the farm and I'm gonna ride on the tractor. When my grandpa retires, I want him to buy a go-kart so that I can drive it on his acreage. When my grandpa retires, I would like him to get some animals for his acreage. And when he gets the animals, I would especially like him to get a horse. Is that better? Baba.
Congratulations to Lannie and Sharon from the customers, your fellow employees, and your loving family. Congratulations to Lannie and Sharon from the customers, your Cut! I'm with you. I'm not temperamental. I know I'm screwing it up.